I'm often asked, how fit should I be for my age? How aerobically fit? How strong? How do we know if you're a 50-year-old, how strong or fit you should be and how you compare to your peers? An even harder question is then, how fit do I need to be into the future? When I retire, when I'm 65, 75. Now, most of us know that looking after ourselves bears a long-term reward, a long-term benefit, but it's hard to conceptualize that. How strong do I need to be to do the things that I need to do on a daily basis? To carry suitcases if I want to travel, to run up a flight of stairs, to be able to pick up my grandkids or do the sports that I love to do. There is definitely an aerobic fitness requirement and a strength requirement. So we have developed this fitness forecaster model to answer both of those questions for you. So we have taken large studies that include thousands of data sets to have a look at per age bracket. So as you can see here, we've got data from 25-year-olds right through to 85-year-olds. And if you have a look at the curves, they represent all of our physical capacities, such as aerobic fitness, strength, muscle mass. They all tend to follow a very similar trajectory. And so we can tell you how you compare with a few simple tests to peers of your age, so that you know how strong and fit you are relative to others in your age bracket. But also, if you follow these curves, we can show you where you're going to be in the future if nothing else changes. Now, there's a few interesting things that you can see about these curves. Firstly, everyone decreases. This is almost like a fitness superannuation concept. That's how we like to think of it. You accrue a certain amount of money into your superannuation or strength and fitness, and then it starts to go down into your retirement. As you can see here, the lines are relatively flat until you're about 30, 35. Then they start to drop, and then they drop more sharply after 55. And most people enter, as you can see to the right of the graph, this red zone when they're about 75. If you're in the average line, which is the thicker line in the middle, that's the 50th percentile, you will enter what we call the poverty zone or the red zone when you're about 75. This is a zone where studies show us that your risk of early mortality and decreased capacity, the quality of your life is affected by decreased capacity. So we want to keep you out of that zone for as long as possible. Now, what you can see if we look at the next line up, for example, that is the 75th percentile at every age bracket. You can see that now those people enter that poverty zone about 10 years later when they're 85. Now, if you can be in the 90th percentile of aerobic fitness and strength, for example, you will enter that poverty zone as late as into your mid-90s. So there is good news about this, is regardless where you are on this zone, on this graph, regardless of where your strength and your fitness is, we can do things to radically shift you up the graph so that you have a much longer health span, a much longer time with good fitness, good strength, good physical capacity to do the things that you want to do, especially into your retirement. I'll be talking a lot more about what these are specifically for fitness and strength in the videos to come.